Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Simeon, and on today's video we'll be talking about what are the things that you need to know when coming to study in Sweden. I already have a video on how to get an admission, how to process your residence permit depending on your country, and something that I actually love about the educational system here in Sweden. And now for today's video we'll be talking about what are the things you need to know, like when coming to Sweden. Yeah, so I actually think that when you're coming to Sweden, one important thing you have to know is that in schools there are actually a lot of group work, and I've come to love it. I didn't do as much group work in school when I was in Nigeria compared to Sweden here, and I've found out that I've learned that best works are done in collaborative effort. And because of that, I think group works are actually very nice, because when you actually get to work in organizations or you get to build your own company, have a business of your own, you actually work with people. So you might as well learn that skill while in school. So I think it makes a lot of sense for that to be incorporated so well into the educational system here. And I think that's actually something you should note when you're coming to school here in Sweden, that you'll be working with a lot of people, and because of that you need to be on your best behavior if you want to use that word. Yeah. Another thing I think is important is you putting a lot of effort into getting to know people, because there's this saying that your network is equal to your net worth, or your network is equal to your network, and this is because people are important. And because people are important, you need to get to know people. Like my first part-time job here in Sweden was I got that job because of a guy I met when I was partying, and the first week, the kickoff week, I came to Sweden. And there are so many examples like that. Like people, referrals are very important, and people are very important. So because of connections, you need access to events. You're a new person in a new city, you really need to connect with people. And one of the easiest way of doing that is going out. You cannot expect to sit down at home and know people. Going out is very important. It's one of my top things that are very, very important when it comes to schooling in Sweden. The education is there, but you also have to get to know people. People are very important. So networking with people, sign up for as many events as possible. The first few weeks that you come to Sweden, I'll actually advise that you actually go to a lot of events, because this way you actually get to meet so many people. And if you know so many people, you actually you get news faster, you get to know things better, and you get more connections. Connections are very, very important, and because of this you need to know people. So going out should also be very, very important. I know you could be thinking, oh yeah, I'm here for my school, I'm here for this, but you also need people. And because of that, and the easiest way to know people is by going for organized events. So many schools in Sweden have what they call the kickoff week, where you get to do activities that are organized by the student associations. That is actually a very great way of knowing people that are within your circle. That is people that are in the same course that you're studying, people that are in the same school with you. This is very important. I think every international student should not miss their kickoff, because it exposes you to the events that you actually get to meet more people. Parties. You could say, oh yeah, I'm here for school, but parties are important just as school is important, because you meet people, and you get more connected, and you get access to more information, and information is power. Yeah. Another important thing is time management, and I think it's actually very, very important. There's the time management of splitting yourself between school, between your part-time job, between doing assignments. I'm currently doing my master's in UX design, and because of that, I think I'll actually say that most of my school tasks or school work is done on your own or in a group, as opposed to classes, assignments. We still have a couple of those, but my second semester, I didn't do any exam. The second part of my second semester, I didn't do any exam, because we had all the courses that we had projects, 10 paper and projects, and a couple of labs here and there. So because of this, you need to actually find a way to manage your time between your part-time job if you want to work, and also school work, and also finding time to meet more people. Like I said, meeting people is important, and you should actually place that at the very top of your list. That are things like a goal that you want to set to actually meet more new people, because meeting new people is important. I want to stress this point as much as possible. Like, the information you get, the access you get is just as important, is equivalent to the number of people you know. Simple. Like, I don't know any other simple way to say this, but that is true. You need to meet people. But yes, time management. So I think it's something that you actually have to consider. Between January to March, I would say I did a lot. Like, I look at my January to March now and I'm like, how did I actually do so many things? But like I said, time management is important. Between going to, maybe if your job is a night shift, you go between 9 o'clock to like maybe 2, 3 and you come back, you sleep, you have a 9 o'clock class. From a 9 o'clock class, you have an assignment that deadline is maybe a week after or something, and you have to start doing it so you don't start rushing later. Of course, we will still rush later, but I mean, you have to start early just in case. But time management is important, and yeah, I think that's actually something I should actually look forward to doing very early, and actually having like a scheduled routine of things to do, so that way you actually are on track with. Yeah, for international students, I would say money management is another top thing, and that's because, so when you're coming to a new country, when you're coming to a new place, you actually don't know what you're going to meet. You are coming, I mean, like, even if you have money, even if you don't have money, like, of course, you cannot come to the country without money. I'm sorry, but like, if you're coming to a new place, I think something that you should watch out for is money management, and that is because it's a new country. You don't know what is expensive or what is termed expensive or what is termed cheap, because you're a new person. So you should always be on the lookout for that and be very, very cautious. I mean, I actually have like a money plan, like not money plan, but more like a spreadsheet where I write down everything I spend my money on. Not everything, but about 98% of things I spend my money on monthly. And I have like a budget and say, okay, this is the budget, this is the max budget. If I pass the max budget, this is like my plus or minus, like after that. So I have such checks to keep me in place. And I think when you're moving to Sweden, is very important. Yeah, this is very important to have, because like I said, you don't know what's expensive, you don't know what's cheap. So it's always very good to keep track of your money. Like, I had a previous video where I was saying, where I showed my expenses in a month. I think for the month of January or February, I can't remember. I'll link it up. And yeah, I think you can actually have something like this, similar to this, so you just keep track of what you're spending your money on and where to reduce for the first few months that you're moving to a new country. And yeah, I think you should do that. Yeah, watch where your money is going. It's very important. If you don't watch where your money is going, your money just keeps going and you don't know where it's going to. So that is important. I have a fourth thing, but I don't really know what to call it. I would say it still falls on that money actually, but I would say when you actually move to a new country, I would say the first few months you should take it slow. Take it slow. You might not need the 5 jackets you are buying, the like 2 million kitchen utensils you are getting. So I'll say when you're moving, actually take it easy, like your first few months. Actually, like for me, what I did was I actually bought a couple of things when I came, and I bought things as I needed them, so that way I didn't get so many stuff that I didn't need. Like after a few months, you just realize that, oh, I got this thing 3 months ago and I've not even used it once. Like, so when you move, actually take your time, and I mean, get a few things that you consider essential. So if school resumes in August, yeah, so some of the things you might consider important would be, let's say, a good jacket for the winter, just in preparation for the winter, a couple of hoodies. I mean, I don't think it's essential, but they are nice to have. Of course, because of the weather, also because when you come, you start getting chilly a bit, but not so much. So if a couple of hoodies or sweaters and stuff like that, then just 1 or 2. And as you see that it is getting colder, you can actually like add more stuff. Like I didn't get a gloves a glove for the winter until I think December or January. Yeah, I mean, it's not as if I just did not think it was so important because the weather was not so cold. So I was like, nah, until I see that you actually need a glove if I will get one. And so I didn't get one until January. So I would say a good strategy to do is to actually get things as you need them. If like there are so many stores around, so I'm sure if you need something today, you can literally, or on Monday or Tuesday, you can literally go out to get something if you don't want to order online. I mean, big pioneer of getting things online because I don't have that energy to go to stores physically. But I think you should actually look to getting things as you need them after you've gotten so many essentials out of the way. So if you see you need something, you add to it. If you see that you don't need it, there's no need to get it. So because this also saves you money, because when you come, you actually hear so many stuff like, oh, get this, you need this, you need this, you need this. The truth is sometimes you actually don't need most of them, and you just end up having things that you don't need. So I mean, I didn't even get a heater throughout the winter period, but now I got a heater because it was cheap. Yeah, that's how I got a heater, because it was cheap, and because I said, to be a nice addition. I mean, so it's not that cold inside to like during the winter. The winter was also bad, yeah, in young shopping. So I think so. But I mean, I think about if I was staying in Stockholm, I would have gotten a heater sooner. Thank you guys for watching my video again. And if you're a new subscriber, please don't. If you're a new viewer of my videos, please don't forget to subscribe and also like my videos. And in the comment section, of course, you can tell me what kind of videos you want to see. You could recommend videos of what you want to see, and you can also let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. So if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching this video again. And yeah, this is where I say bye, and we see you in the next video. Thank you. Cheers.